time in the world. Time enough for life to unfold all the precious things love has in store. We have all.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Get it together. Who are you? What are we? Hello. Who are you? Welcome back.
Welcome back
to the Drunk Bond Podcast with my transsexual co-host Petunia Francine.
Hello.
I am James St. John Smythe. Look us up on the machines.
Do it
on the Twitter.
The Twitter
machine.
Look it up on Twitter
And the iTunes
go
contraption.
Grab it, man.
Yeah.
Go grab it.
We're all over the place.
It's gold.
Today we'll be discussing the 1969 film On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
OHMSS.
Directed by Peter Hunt. He was the second unit director and editor on the other movies, but it's the only movie he ever directed.
Look out.
Yeah. And starring George Lazenby, his only outing as Bond. And you casual listeners might think, hey guys, who the fuck is George Lazenby?
Right?
Good question. And we're going to tell you who it is. But first, how are you? It's good to see you.
I would think. We missed you.
It's been a while, man.
We missed you
No,
terribly.
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think I care about how the listeners are doing? I'm talking to you, man. How are you?
Not well. Not well.
Not great?
No.
Well, you're maybe better now?
Oh, much better.
Well, you look great. You got, you're fully trans. You got your double E tits.
They're feeling good.
Uh-huh.
They're feeling good.
Petunia's got her double E tits. Why didn't you get the big ones?
Well, I guess mommy likes them. My mommy likes them big.
Yeah, it's probably been a couple months since we've done one. Probably since Skyfall.
Too long.
Whew, Skyfall.
And Daddy doesn't remember that one.
I got real sloppy. Francine had to ask me the next morning, what movie did we do last night? And people come up to me on the street all the time and they say, hey, St. John Smythe, y'all don't seem that drunk when y'all do this podcast. Y'all seem kind of together.
Well, that's our consummate professionalism.
Right? I say that's one of the perks of being a functioning alcoholic. We can pull the wool over everyone's eyes.
There it is.
But for Skyfall, I don't think we were fooling anybody.
No. I think they're going to sniff us out.
Well,
I think they're going to sniff us out.
Okay. So, George Lazenby, back to him. Mm-hmm. He was an Australian model. And the story kind of differs between what he says and what the producers say, but overall kind of the same. Apparently he was obsessed with Bond.
Well, not that obsessed with Bond.
Yeah. And first of all, let's start at the beginning. You Only Live Twice came out. Connery quit. OMG, they were like, what the fuck are we going to do now? This is probably the first franchise that's ever existed, right? Movie franchise?
7-movie franchise for sure.
I mean, there was no sequels back then. There was no Indiana Jones or superhero or Batman,
Nope.
Star Wars, Harry Potter.
Nothing.
None of that shit. It's the first.
Were there any sequels?
It's the first
60s?
big. So they were fucked. Like, we're going to move on. Bond's bigger than just one man. Yeah, they actually decided to. We're actually going to recast James Bond from Sean Connery. So we're going to start this process. So apparently Lazenby, from his perspective, got Connery's suit that he didn't pick up from the tailor. We just stole it. Went to Connery's barber, got his haircut, same watch, same everything, and went to their office and was like, I heard you're, quote unquote, heard you're looking for James Bond. That's probably bullshit, but got an audition, bullshitted his way through it, was like, yeah, I did some acting in Tokyo. And Taiwan. They're like, oh, really? Well, there's no internet, so we can't look it up. So we'll just take your word for it.
Unless they've written a book about it, we're shit out of luck.
Yeah. Kept getting another audition, second round, third round, fourth round, and the motherfucker got cast as James Bond. Can you imagine that happening today?
No.
Some asshole.
No, just, I
look
a lot like James Bond. Can I do it?
Yeah, okay. Sometimes I wonder about those producers.
Yeah.
Some of them, I'm like, like before Octopussy, they hired James Brolin as Bond. Like, what were you, an American? They auditioned Burt Reynolds. And I'm like, what are y'all doing?
I was Paula.
So anyway, we get Lazenby as our Bond and On Her Majesty's Secret Service. They were going to make On Her Majesty's Secret Service after Goldfinger, but our sworn enemy, the Blofeld of this podcast,
Kevin
McClory,
T-Cavs,
had to do Thunderball, and then there was a warm Swedish winter, so they couldn't do it. So they did You Only Live Twice instead, and now we finally get on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Boy, I really that little fact really upset me right there. It really did.
We were supposed to have this movie long ago.
I wouldn't mind seeing that with Connery.
Yeah,
especially nailing all those hookers. Well, we'll hear that later.
Yeah, we'll get to all that, but it would have been nice. So we finally get it. We'll just get started.
Let's get started.
We get a gun barrel.
Let's do it.
And a PT. Well, let's talk about the gun barrel first. How do you think Lazenby does with the gun barrel? You know, I'm very GP. I'm gun barrel particular. I don't like that he looks like he's walking in place at one point. You ever notice that?
Treadmill?
Yeah. And then he gets the one knee. I don't appreciate that. Not
I know you don't enjoy the knee.
I like how
just like Connery. Yeah.
I like how when the blood flows down though, he disappears.
Oh.
I know way too much about gun barrels, man.
Well, you're GBP.
You down with GPP? And let's talk about that PTS. So M and Moneypenny are trying to find Bond. They cut to Bond in his Aston Martin. Some cool shots of him smoking a cigarette, doing his little gadgets, the Bond theme, introducing our new guy. See some girl pass him by. He does the
Dude, now that's pretty much true to form as far as Goldfinger's concerned. He
just sees her get out of her car and run and walk to the ocean, and he just assumes she's killing herself?
Well, I think his first thought was, let me try to get deep inside that. Mm-hmm. And then the second thought was just ancillary. Oh, she keeps going. Now she's just swimming way out. Yeah, maybe now she's trying to kill herself. But like, kill herself, not try to kill herself. I think he was pulling the car over.
So you think that dead sprint that he had was just to go bang her? And then he's like, oh shit, she might be killing herself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think there was that much, universal altruism going on in that. I think there was, Bondo was trying to get his rocks off. He happened to be driving by. There was a hooker going in the ocean. What she was doing there, I think that was ancillary.
Yeah. Okay. That's fucking interesting.
I just think that's how Bond's mind was going.
You know, every time I think I have one of these scenes figured out, you know, old Francine will put his little, every time I zig, you zag. So he saves the girl from killing herself, introduces himself. Horrible Bond, James Bond.
Right.
Almost as bad as Dalton's.
And
then these guys, out of the blue,
they so angry,
just start fighting him. Pretty good fight in the dusk.
I do like the uppercuts. He gives them uppercuts like Sandman giving Little Mac the business.
Right?
Like, I mean, really comes after him.
Yeah, it's a cool shot. The dusk, they've been looking out for sharks. Mm-hmm. Dusk is the most popular time for sharks. And he smokes them. She takes his car to go get hit.
Plus how bitchy she was. She's probably on her cycle at the time.
Right?
So I'm sure those looked like the tide of Omaha.
If you thought sharks love blood, they love menstrual blood even more. I read that.
Well, it's tastier.
Right?
What I hear.
And Teresa gets his car to go get her car and bolts. And then George Lazenby, James Bond, looks into the camera,
you
breaks
always have a problem with this.
The fourth wall, and says, "This had never happened to the other fellow."
It's all just calm down.
You're okay with it? You don't seem to be as upset as I am.
I don't get as upset with that. But I don't hate him as much as.
But you don't like it though that he does that.
No, I don't like it. I don't encourage it.
That's up there with the slide whistle from Man with the Golden Gun.
I would put that in those scenes. The unnecessary why.
Well, back then, like, you had to hold the audience's hand, like, oh, this is the same James Bond, we promise. Like, don't be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
So don't be afraid.
It's the same Bond. Yeah. Ooh, I fucking hate that shit. This never happened to the other fella. So then we cut to our title sequence with the title song. You like that song?
Made you happier?
I like that song.
I like it too.
No lyrics.
No, just
it's cool. And then all flashbacks of other movies. I don't really. You have to let the audience know.
It's still James Bond, man.
Yeah, keep buying tickets.
Look how James Bond it is.
It's just like Sean Connery.
Look how James Bond it is.
Yeah, we're still the same people.
It's like a Rocky PTS.
Yeah, I'm sure the audience was like, I don't. Okay, whatever. So not a bad song. And we cut to the hotel. Our Bond is walking downstairs in his frilly laced cravat from Austin Powers. Yeah. That fucking shirt, man.
Well, that was an outrageous get-up. It was an outrageous get-up.
It's redonkulous.
Dude, Sean Connery would look like shit in that.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I think Sean Connery would look great.
What were they thinking, though?
And they never revisit that. Like, that's the only time Bond ever wears that. WTH, man.
Seriously, man, that's not classically handsome.
It's not classically trained. So Teresa's playing. He finds out as Teresa. I never know what the fuck to call her. Teresa or Tracy? What the fuck ever, huh?
Whatever. Some hole.
It's just kind of a no-name Bond girl anyway.
Some typical hole.
She loses a shit ton and
no consequences.
Can't pay.
Mm-hmm. BFD.
And Bond pays for it all. Remember that dude that gets in Bond's personal space? Too rich for my blood.
Thank you. Can you back up next time you say that?
For getting my personal fucking space?
Appreciate you coming to tell that. But like any woman, I know they have the right to vote. I still didn't understand they had the right to contract for a loan.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I bank at some pretty old financial institutions. I did not know that they were giving women loans. I didn't.
The same dude goes up to his face and goes, Dane can't pay. Thank you for announcing everything to me. I'm watching it just like you, dude.
Uh-huh.
I'm at the table.
I've got eyes and ears and I'm awake.
What are you drinking, by the way? I didn't even ask you. I'm sorry. Won't happen again.
You're just having one of those classically trained screwdrivers, man.
Classically
trained.
What are
you drinking, buddy?
I'm having a bourbon and 007.
Even before you start.
A bourbon and on a Majesty Secret 7. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, stick to the basics.
Stick to the basics.
So she can't pay her fucking debts. Big surprise. But dude, she's like Natalia Uaf, ungrateful as fuck, man. Right. She's just like, fuck it. Like, I just paid you 20 grand, whatever the hell it was, for your fucking debts, deadbeat.
Well, at least she was a looker, though. You could at least take her welching on her debts. Plus, Bond was all about her making her pay in skin dollars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like the debt was completely
She gives him her key. It was like, oh, yeah, I'll pay you back in skin.
Yeah.
And he gets attacked by a black dude in her room.
Oh, yeah, that was a bloody attack.
Yeah. Why did I mention he's a black guy? You know, I don't know.
Well, this is before Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
You know, Bond's kryptonite.
Yeah. Is it relevant that he's black? I don't think so. If he was a white guy attacking, would I have said he gets attacked by a white guy? I don't think so. So why did I say it? Well, maybe I have some soul searching for Sentient Smites to do.
Maybe you're not so okay with Petunia Francine's transition, are you? If that's all you see.
You fucking pig. So he beats up the African-American gentleman and talks some mad trash to him, like 4 different puns. Like some caviar puns and like the beluga.
Well, I don't know where the fuck he gets off. He did not have the better of that exchange for quite some time. It took a while before he got...
Yeah, he was getting his shit pushed in for a while.
Oh, covered wagon that old black guy was running on him, man. Look it up. If you don't know what that means, look it up.
Look up covered wagon prison.
Yeah. You're going to hate it.
Ooh, man. So Bond's like, WTH again. Mm-hmm. This was a WTF. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go to this bitch's room, my room, and find this broad for attacking me. Tracy points a gun at him. Bond says, that's adorable. Takes it from her. Slaps her. Is like, who the fuck was that guy in my room? You whore?
Man, where do you get off?
I paid. I saved your life in the ocean. I paid you 20 grand in the casino to get you out of this mess.
And I'm the asshole?
And then you send some African-American fella to murder me. Yeah. And she's like...
You had a little explanation. And then, still, nothing.
And she's like, let's just do this. And then the best line of all, she goes, the only thing you need to know about me is I pay my debts. Well, apparently not.
No, you have big black fellas pay your debts.
Hey, jerk off.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
And everyone loves Teresa, huh?
But isn't it typical woman logic? Isn't it typical
woman
logic? You know, just constantly wanting that pat on the back, man. Just...
Well, why don't you just give me the 20 grand that I just paid you, and then we'll move on? No, I'm going to pay you in sex.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, give it up. And you know what? Smile about it. She was real cunty about giving away her cunt, you know, if I may say so myself.
Tale of Two Tracys, and we'll get to that for a summary, but man, but she's in the cunt stage in this movie.
Where the fuck does she get off? She gets hit on by dapper international spies all the time?
Petunia, the only thing you need to know about her is she pays her debts. What have you ever done?
Jesus. You see, I actually live in the real world where debts have to be paid.
Ugh. Oh, so he fucks her That's a hate fuck.
Oh, boy, is it.
Wakes up the next day, she gone, comes downstairs and gets kidnapped.
It was a hate jerk off for me, I'll tell you that much.
I'll jerk off to this, but I don't have to like it.
I don't have to smile not once.
So he goes downstairs the next day, gets kidnapped by these dudes, really shoehorns 6,500 smart remarks and puns in there. Like, perhaps we can make up a foursome. You've thought of everything. Where's the party this time? Business or pleasure? Mystery tour, eh? It's like, shut up! Shh, dummy. So they meet him. They take him to go meet this guy named Draco. Teresa is his daughter. Great ally.
I see, this guy gets me.
Yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere and one of our favorite allies. He's a great
one. Boy, he did.
So they start getting all hammered. And
Titan of industry.
Draco works construction. You know how important that is to the world?
Heard that.
And he's the second biggest crime syndicate behind a little organization called Spectre. So Spectre's his competition. So Draco tells him about Teresa's troubled past. I don't even know what it is, but she's just...
It was general cuntiness is what it was.
She suffered from a disease called cuntiness.
Yeah, cuntiness.
For the first 25 years of her life. Mm-hmm. And she can't shake it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he had the prescription. He wrote it. Dr. Draco, right on his prescription pad.
A closed fist to her face.
Closed fist, yeah. And swallow that down with a man to dominate her.
What she needs is a man to dominate her.
There it is. And you know,
that's great.
Perhaps that prescription could go universal, really.
Draco's got some...
I mean, you got a lot of wisdom up
high-level thinking.
Up in that noodle, you know? Well, you don't get to the top of a goddamn construction empire without having a couple of cents up in the coconut.
Well,
you know
technically,
what I mean?
it's the second to top.
Boy, goddamn. And we're back with Petunia Francine and apparently Tracy Draco.
St. John Draco.
St. Draco.
Teresa Smythe. I'm sorry. So he offers Bond a million clams to marry his daughter.
Anybody, take this bitch off my payroll.
I want my baby to get married.
Here's $1 million.
And Bond's like, I kind of want out of here.
I'm going to give you $1 million.
But I just so happen to be on a mission to find Blofeld. So do you know where he is? And he's like, well, if you take up my offer...
Teresa made my head spin like a top when we first worked together.
Yeah. If you take up my offer, I'll tell you where Blofeld is. So he's like, well, I'm not really sure.
Well, it's the common dowry. You know?
Did you notice on the way in there, there's a janitor whistling Goldfinger?
I did not notice that.
Or maybe Moon River, who knows?
I like to think Goldfinger.
I think what happened was Draco was talking to a couple of ladies in the lobby, and they moved on. They called the janitor to mop up all the mess.
I think that's
like Goldfinger.
Notice he had one of those masks, those SARS masks on for the stench.
Right.
You know, this is the '60s. This is before douching was real popular.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. When was the peak douching time?
Of douche, the douche peak, if you will.
So after that, Bond meets with M. M says, "You kind of suck at this project." What was it, Operation Bedlam? Is it this movie or is that another movie?
I don't care.
Who the fuck knows, man? Mm-hmm. The project was basically the assignment was finding Blofeld, and he just fucked it up, shit the bed on that one. So he's like, "You're off."
I don't know at all.
And Bond gets just like, yeah. So he goes, "Moneypenny, I quit."
Is that why he quit?
Yeah, he goes, "Moneypenny, take a letter." And he
take a letter. It was mean to me, so I resigned.
Failed my mission.
Well, maybe he got some of Tracy's cooties, if you know what I mean, huh? That's some of that.
Kind of a metaphor for the way Lazenby treats the Bond franchise.
There it is.
I'm leaving. Fuck it. So Bond retires, and then Moneypenny actually just writes it for 2 weeks leave, and instead of full on retirement.
Because she was one of those great old timey gals that sometimes your guy likes to blow his top every now and then, and he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean, just like when he busts you in the mouth.
Right.
He still loves you.
Find me a better threesome than yourself, Lois Maxwell, and Judi Dench.
I'm telling you. There is none.
There's a lot of givers.
There is none. A lot of givers. It's very giving. Dude, I'm telling you, both those broads make your head spin more than any of those 20-year-olds.
They care about us. They care about us.
Yeah, they care.
They care about our schooling.
They care about it, and they know how to work a Johnson like Forrest Gump's mother. You know,
I know Lois Maxwell.
Of course you know.
She can work it.
You know, she'd be spinning like a twister go-round. Yeah, they're a little long in the tooth. I get that. But you know what experience brings? Cool moves that you don't
I'll take any Lois Maxwell. I'll take Kill Lois Maxwell. I'll take Dr. No Lois Maxwell.
I mean, that woman knows how to be a wife.
I'll dig her up from the grave today.
I'll bang those bones right now.
Let's press pause and go to the cemetery.
Yeah.
We'll be back. And we're back. Whew. That was
oh man,
it wasn't as fun as I thought it'd be.
I tell you, Lois never smelled so good.
Oof. Okay. So anyway, he goes to his office and reminisces about past Bond movies. Again, it's the same Bond franchise, guys. He looks at his Ursula Andress's knife, the Thunderball fucking breathe thing, Red Granska Rottweiler,
a Playboy,
and then he looks in the camera. And is like, "Hey, it's the same Bond, everybody. Don't worry. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid."
And he starts drinking. Teresa meets her dad, Draco, at the bullfight. They start hanging out. And Bond's there, introduces her to Bond. Still being a fucking cunt.
Still being cunty. To which his father-in-law gives him a little bit of advice.
Uh-huh. And Teresa finds out about the offer, $1 million to see where Blofeld is, and to marry my daughter. And she says, fuck this, tell him where he is. So he finally tells Bond where Blofeld is. He's some sort of source of whatever. So
he's in Aspen.
Yeah, we get a romantic montage after that. All of a sudden, they're all googly eyed.
Well, they had all the time in the world.
Yeah. What do you think about that song?
I don't like it.
I used to hate it, but recently I've been listening to it. And I like it.
Well, you like it because it's Louis Armstrong. You'd be a little bit biased about it,
but not necessarily.
But it does not fit in a Bond movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know,
but
it's one of those good songs doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's odd, but I like it though. I've come to like it more and more. This movie, well, we'll get to that later, but
and they keep playing it without the words as the theme and
throughout the movie
because they didn't really. Essentially, they didn't have because the beginning PTS was not a. It was just kind of just a rendition of the Bond song.
The PTS.
Yeah, so like it wasn't. You know, like in Man with the Golden Gun, you had the song, and then they played the song without words, kind of intermittently.
Yeah.
Throughout, there wasn't one of
those. They only have a few tracks that are like different, but the most part is just that All the Time in the World instrumental throughout the movie.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't mind it. I'm okay with it. You know,
I think I would have been fine with it if that would have been
the theme song.
The theme song.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
You know what I'm saying?
They take this other song and that's kind of the theme song of the movie.
Make it intermittently, but they couldn't because they had to go full on hard on James Bond, like have to do the 007 song with the thing. Had to show prior James Bonds at the beginning because they were swapping over.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore once they swap to Roger Moore because they were like, fuck it, we got this thing going.
Right.
But that's the only problem. I would probably have no problem with it had it have been if that's the opening theme.
Yeah, that'd have been a weird theme song though.
It would have been strange, but I did like the opening one that they did do.
Samesies. So yeah, the romantic montage, they're smooching, they're kissing, analingus, all that.
Tracy's never smelled so good. This is pre-douche, not pre-toilet paper, am I right?
So Bond goes to this lawyer's office, Gumbold, that has information on Blofeld. Draco told him about this.
And Playboys, doesn't he?
Yeah, reads Playboy while he's cracking this safe. And learns that Blofeld is talking with a genealogist, Sir Hilary Bray, about the claim of some title of Count. I never really quite get what he wants from this Count title, like what that's going to mean for him. But you know what? Teach their own.
Yeah.
If you need to be called a Count.
So he finds like some mail correspondence and he just realizes that Blofeld's never met this guy, so let's be this guy.
Right.
That's kind of, okay.
Yeah, I'm the genealogist that you want to meet with. And forget that I actually met you last movie, technically. But again, Bond is not really known for its continuity.
Right.
I just met you last movie.
I love it so much.
Yeah, we met Donald Pleasance.
We met him.
You'll live twice.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll just forget about it. No, forget it.
But it's nothing, sir.
But it's the same Bond. George Lazenby is, So Bond meets with Sir Hilary Bray.
Wearing glasses like Clark Kent. You forgot about that.
True, I forgot about that part.
Super Bond.
Bond meets with Sir Hilary Bray to study like genealogy, so he can pose as him, and heads to Switzerland as Bray. So. Take a little break. Get into some of the advertising for this week.
Oh, let's get into the advertising.
Okay. How's your drink, man?
It's good. Well, I don't do that. I only do it in the mornings and on usually vacations.
I do screwdrivers on vacations too.
I just never do it.
The beach.
I never do it in town. Yeah, the beach is usually the only time.
I never go to like another city and drink screwdrivers.
No.
Like
I never wake up in whatever town that we maybe hail from and everything. You know what? I need a screwdriver.
Right.
It's usually a mimosa when I'm in town.
Same days, man. That's why we drink so much together.
Yeah.
So, quadruple X videos. This is bigger than triple X.
4 of them.
4 quad X videos.
Well, what brings it up an X notch?
You'll find out. Quadruple X videos, folks, offering a wide range of erotic movies and toys. Quadruple X videos will fulfill any weird fetishes you may have, ranging from analingus, gay shit, scat, tranny. Hey, there you go. Tranny scat? For you. Yeah,
that's it.
Scat. Pooing on people.
Oh.
Tranny, there's something for you. Bestiality, incest, and dominatrix. Jesus, is there anything normal? Do you have any just normal man and woman having sex? And don't miss our newly released fisting trilogy. It's Fister, starring Smellin' Cunt, Dill Saxon, and Philip Seaman Get Off Man. The Count of Monte Fisto, known for its controversial hour-long prison gang fist rape scene. And Schindler's Fist. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. And don't be afraid to stay in the store to get your rocks off, because we offer dozens of personal theaters for your viewing pleasure. If the door is stuck, just jiggle the handle. That's Quadruple X videos. Thank you and come again. They spelled come as you might imagine they did.
Children.
I'm getting a little worried about our advertisers, man.
I just don't think they're taking the podcast seriously. This is all the stuff we ever get. Just dregs the society, man.
Wow, they must have some demographic information that we don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
Who are our listeners?
They must have some marketing knowledge that you and I have no idea about.
I mean, like, yeah, fucking animals and.
But fisting, dude.
Fisting.
The idea of fisting so much.
Yeah.
To make 3 movies about it, that's something not right.
Well, after the second one, I mean, you had to finish it. The third one. All right, so let's get into some of the listener questions. Oddjob writes,
It's difficult to answer there, Odd.
I don't know. Do you get anything from that?
I've got nothing.
Okay. I'm sorry, Oddjob. We don't speak Oddjob. Another listener question. What's your favorite Bond movie to watch while drinking?
Oh, dude, that's an interesting question.
Yeah. You gotta go Roger Moore, right?
I'm telling you, if I had to go number 1 while I'm getting just blasted, it's got to be Octopussy.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, me too.
It's just so much fun.
Octopussy, man.
Well, it never gets deep. It never makes me think. It never makes me cry.
Yeah, but really, I mean, is there any Roger Moore movie, maybe For Your Eyes Only, I wouldn't probably want to go to.
It wouldn't be the best.
But dude, like, Live and Let Die is great. Golden Gun, drinking.
Oh, goddamn, Golden Gun. That's a very close second.
Octopussy View to a Kill's great when you're drinking.
Jesus.
Moonraker, Spy Who Loved Me. I mean, dude, they're all. You can't go wrong with Roger Moore when having a cocktail.
That's true.
Goldeneye's not bad.
Not bad.
Dr. No is actually fun for a drink.
Dr. No was a good time. Goldfinger was a good time.
Yeah, Goldfinger's great. You know.
Yeah, I just done that. Drunk and sober.
Yeah.
Drunk and sober.
Uh-huh.
Think of every spare.
Your favorite Bond movie to watch, like on a Sunday kind of setting?
On a Sunday, if I want to watch a movie, and I'm always in a pretty depressed state.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to,
just kind of an on in the background kind of movie.
I got to grab one that I want to go in and out of consciousness. And you see, the point of that is you don't want to put one of those ones that you love.
Yeah.
You know, like the best one that you just really want. You have an affinity for, but
yeah, it's just it's nice
and
easy.
In and out. You like to go in and out. I'm telling you, pretty high on my list, but I go in and out to Thunderball. Dude. Because I don't need to pay attention to it, but there's a lot of good scenes to watch.
Right.
And then there's a little bit of downtime that you don't need to talk, because the woman's kind of running a big deal in her scam there. But
you can take your nap while they're underwater.
You understand? Easy.
It's nice.
And then you can come to watch that boat get blown up. You know, it's.
Yeah. I think each Bond has a really good Sunday feel to it. Thunderball is my Connery one. I think Octopussy is obviously a perfect Roger Moore one for Sunday.
The only reason I didn't put Octopussy is I thought it would be too interesting for me that I'd keep my eyes open.
And it's more fun. It's upbeat.
That's the thing. I think I would keep my eye, which is great because I'm in a bad
For your eyes
spot.
only wouldn't be bad on a Sunday.
Because I would keep,
Maybe.
I just think I would nap too much. You know what I'm saying? There's too much nap. But as far as octopuses, like you're saying, that actually wouldn't be bad. Like, because if you were so depressed and so hungover that if you did take a little 20-minute nap and open your eyes, anytime you open your eyes, it's a dynamite scene.
Great.
It's a dynamite. It's a happy scene. He's painted up.
For Brosnan, I'd probably go like Tomorrow Never Dies-ish. That's a good
what I would do.
Sunday one.
I would just think GoldenEye would make me try to fight through the sleeping to where it would be too much. Because I would want to watch every single scene.
Right.
And
Craig, I'd probably go like a... Who would I go with Craig? It's Skyfall. Although Skyfall gets a little deep.
I'd go at Casino Royale because you could sleep through the cards. And
Casino Royale's great. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Spectre wouldn't be a bad Sunday movie.
Maybe.
But haven't you only seen it in the theater? You haven't seen it yet? A second time?
I've seen it. No, I actually tried to watch it on a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Twice. Well,
didn't quite get it.
1.5.
I got you.
So no, I haven't watched it all the way through more than once.
Okay. So yeah, it's
But listeners, don't worry about that. By the time we do Spectre, I will have watched it.
Oh, we wouldn't come in here unprepared.
No.
Absolutely. All right, so there's a list of... That's a good question.
That was a good question.
All right, so back to the movie. Bond's in Switzerland. He's met by Irma Bunt, who has just the biggest case of grumpies that's ever existed. How do you feel about Irma Bunt? I love Irma Bunt. I think she's great.
That's the thing. You like her. I don't like her.
No?
I like that stern bitch from
Rosa Clef? Yeah, they're pretty much the same fucking person.
You don't like her. That's what's so strange. Yeah. Why is it?
Irma Bunt, man, you can
I don't know why I can't stand Irma Blunt, but Rosa Clef, I was okay with.
Yeah.
This bitch, I cannot. I tell you, I hate her so much.
Oh man, it's probably because she cockblocks Bond all the time.
Well, that's
a big one.
And it reminds me of Stallone's Russian chauffeur. No, stop.
Yeah, I thought you'd like her because she ends up killing his wife.
Well,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, well,
sorry. And also,
who in the podcast wasn't waiting for that?
Yeah,
anyway.
And also Bruce Willis is dead the whole time. Irma Bunt, you fucking cut a roast on her face, man. this woman's face is something else. You like that?
Well done, sir.
So they check him into his room. Gets into his frilly lace cravat again.
That doesn't open from the inside, mind you.
And he's posing as Sir Hilary Bray, mind you, a genealogist. He's not posing as Bond. And his voice is overdubbed the whole time by a different dude.
Bond's voice is overdubbed by a different guy.
When he's doing Sir Hilary Bray. So he's overdubbed the whole time he's in Switzerland.
The fuck? Are you
serious? Yeah, you notice his voice is different when he gets there?
I just thought it was him doing a goofy...
No, he's overdubbed the whole time.
Jesus. I mean, he was just a pretty face, wasn't he?
Wasn't he?
I mean, why did
he even... pretty face, I'd like to...
I'd like to give him one of those Bond uppercuts, like pretty PTS.
So Bond goes, gets in his frilly lace cravat and meets these 12 women who apparently are there to have their allergies cured. And Bond's like, 12 women here, no men. It's like fucking batting practice.
Uh-huh.
BP fastballs, man.
And not Maddox throwing at you.
Uh-uh.
This is Henry Rodenberger floating it.
It's like fishing with atom bombs. Where's your janitor's closet? Because you're about to need to grab 12 mops.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to make icicles for how cold it was up there, you know?
Hope you have a janitor warehouse. Hope you bought those mops wholesale.
It's like, sweetheart, I'd like to stick it in you, but I gotta get all this jagged ice off of your tanks.
So they have dinner that night. His boo next to him writes her room number on his leg. Like, what does he say? Are you okay, Mr. Sir Hilary Bray? No, he shouldn't say that. Sir Hilary. He's like, just a slight stiffness coming on. She's writing his room number on his leg. So he meets Blofeld, who inexplicably doesn't recognize him from the previous movie. Tells him about his ancestry and his clinic. Who gives a shit about his ancestry and all that shit?
Can we stop right there? While Blofeld, as a normal character, probably didn't run through any of those women, I can tell you, Telly Savalas in real life banged each and every one of those women. He was known for fucking every single one of his coworkers.
Wait, is that
That's
the
actual truth? They said he was like Brewster the Rooster in Hollywood at the time.
What?
He banged everything. They called him like the Greek god or something. He he slept with. It was a big running joke. Like Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra would make jokes, and do you think those guys didn't get tail?
Yeah,
they would make jokes like, "We got nothing on Telly Savalas." They said that bald Greek prick got it. Whatever the fuck it was, they said he had it.
I did not know that.
He slept with everything.
Wow,
everything.
Dude, as if I didn't love Telly Savalas.
I mean, he just. They said, and they said, not only did he get it, that he did. He could. He had the whatever it was. He wasn't he was an attractive fella, but he wasn't as attractive as Dean and
all those guys.
Frank. And they were up, and if the set was actually on.
Well, there was no one to yell to because of the implication. So he goes to this girl's room to fuck, and then after they're done banging, he hears Blofeld over the loudspeaker hypnotizing all these girls. Saying all this weird shit for instructions for when they leave. So Bond's like, what the fuck's going on right now? So he's basically brainwashing all these girls to distribute bacteriological warfare to agents throughout the world. Mm-hmm. Pretty much fuck up everything. Bacteriological, that's when things get a little dicey.
That's it.
Some dangerous shit.
It's like Saddam 2.0.
So he gets back to his room. Another girl sneaks in, fucks her too. He uses this exact same line on both girls. He's like, well, not usually. Coming here was an inspiration, and so are you. This is to both girls. He's like, I didn't think you like girls. Usually I don't, but you're not usual. Coming here was an inspiration, and so are you.
Oh, man.
And he used the exact same line 5 minutes later. So the next morning, this guy's trying to ride to the top of the mountain. And the henchmen come out hot.
Abound.
Like, hey, what the fuck, man? Get the fuck out! He's like,
what?
Fuck, dude. I'm just hanging out. He's like, get your ugly fucking gold-bricking ass out of here. He's like, Jesus, okay. So then later he tries to climb the mountain. They start shooting at him. He's like, what the fuck, man? It makes odd eye contact with Bond like they know each other. Mm-hmm. It turns out, I guess they do know each other. Try to convince Blofeld to leave town, basically. Leave Switzerland, those neutral pricks, so they can arrest him somewhere. So, yeah. So Bond's curling with all the girls and goes up to one of the girls and is like, I'd love to see you tonight, Hilly. He's like, 8? Yes, I'll see you then. And the other girl comes up. He's like, I'd love to see you again, Hillary. He's like, 9. He looks at one of the girls. 10.
so good, dude. Just setting up pussy appointments left and right.
He gets to 8, 9, and he sees the Asian just pass by him. He just goes, 10. I guess he forgot that he fell in love last week.
Of course. Well, the thing is, he's got all the time in the world.
Right. Tracy doesn't. All right. So at his 8 o'clock appointment, he finds Irma Bunt in bed. Now, that's not someone you want to find in bed, man. He's like, yeah. So they knock him out, bring him to Blofeld, whose
face even a lesbian couldn't love.
Oh man! And the jig is up on Bond, on Sir Hillary.
Well, her mother had to tie a pork chop around the neck just so the dog would play with her.
Ugh.
You okay? 007 getting to you?
So Blofeld tells him his whole plan, and his henchmen take him away, and he makes his ski escape. His first of many ski escapes. They run through the. This is
skiing away from them skeezers, if you will.
Another one of the reasons I like the Telly Savalas Blofeld. He gets his hands dirty. He gets out on the slopes.
He was up on the slopes.
Can you imagine Donald Pleasance from You Only Live Twice on the slopes?
Nope.
Or Charles Gray from Diamonds Are Forever?
I could imagine Donald Pleasance changing out of the neck Dr. Evil suit. I couldn't imagine him taking it off to take a shower.
Can't imagine him doing anything.
Can't imagine any of that.
Yeah. So they have a big ski chase. And he skis down to this village. He's on the run, and he finds Teresa, who's ice skating, and she takes him in her car. They have a nice little, pretty cool car chase on this ice.
And she starts smelling something, and apparently it's Bond's dirty dick. Clean since the mountain.
The blizzard forces them into this cabin. They start fucking. Tells her he loves her, and asks her to marry him.
Well, he sowed his wild oats the night before, so he's good.
Well, it was that night you
set up
because
3 different pussy appointments.
Because 8 o'clock he finds Irma Bunt, and who brings him to Blofeld. Henchmen knock him out, and he escapes on the slopes. So he went to go fuck 3 girls that night, 8, 9, and 10, and then proposed to another girl the same night. So
nice flip flop. Let's go.
And she goes, "What really went on there, James?" Oh, nothing. Just got elbow deep in Badussy.
Yeah. I skanked up my junk.
Yeah, it says they won't fuck until the wedding, and then like immediately change their mind and start again.
Adorable. Mm-hmm. Maybe she won't fuck until the wedding.
So the next day, I guess they just, go on a casual ski. Like forget that like bad guys are after them. They go skiing. Blofeld and all them track them down. This cause an avalanche.
They go skiing on the same resort that Blofeld's mountains on.
It's like, come on, guys, go back home.
Yeah. If you really need to ski, what's the Swiss Alps, man? That's the nicest skiing in the world.
Yeah. So Blofeld and them cause this avalanche. They assume Bond's dead, which is never smart to do.
Never.
And they pick up Tracy and do that. This is when we get that pulverized death.
You got a lot of guts.
This henchman falls into the pulverizer. Dude, I went through 4 stages of grief in this death. Because the steps is he falls into the pulverizer, and then you see him go in, and then the blood comes out, and then the chunks come out.
Now, y'all have never actually seen sausage get made, but if you ever get a chance to watch how it's made and see how sausage is made, it's exactly what the fella looked like when they start blowing chunks into the actual casing of the sausage. That's what this poor prick looked like whenever he jumped into the pulverizer.
Dude,
or skied into the pulverizer.
It's brutal, man. Like I said, I went through 4 stages of grief. It was he fell in, then he gets pulverized. They show it. Mm-hmm. Then the blood comes out the other end, and then the chunks come out. Mm-hmm. It was like ooh, oh. It was like, oh my God.
And then James makes a joke about it.
Yeah, yells to Tracy on the mountain. He had lots of guts. Thank you. Maybe we'll make that joke later. Mm-hmm. He had lots of guts. So, back at M's office. He says they'll pay him off in exchange for amnesty, pardon all past crimes, and the title of Count.
For Draco?
No, for Blofeld. M. So that he won't spread his bacteriological shit on the world. Basically give it in to him. And Bond is...
That's kind of negotiating with terrorists.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it's not America.
Do you see why the British lost their empire?
Right.
Do you see why?
Can't figure out why.
Do you see why?
Uh-huh. What is this, 69? Who was president?
Huh?
Yeah,
Nixon.
Shit, Jesus, 69. I think 59.
Nixon.
You think Tricky Dick?
You know, Tricky Dick would have told him, double birds, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
He goes, I'd like amnesty, pardon all my past crimes, and title of Count. And Tricky Dick would have just said, okay, watch this.
Yeah. The thing is, Tricky Dick would say, you got all of it. Come on in.
Uh-huh.
And then he would have fucking put him in the fucking electric chair.
Skull fucking first.
Tricky Dick would just say, psych, we're actually going to kill you.
I'm sorry. Oh.
I'd like to vote for my best joke ever of the Bond podcast. I'd say that I would like to nominate that one.
Are you talking about
as the best joke?
My sound effect for Richard Nixon?
Yes, Richard Nixon skull fucking somebody. Yeah, no, you doing it and then correcting yourself. That made it even.
Well, I gotta be accurate.
Perfect.
I gotta paint
perfect.
I gotta paint a picture for our listeners.
The Tricky Dick skull fucking.
So Bond is pissed that they're doing this. He's like, "What, we're just gonna give everything to him?" And he's like, "Yeah, fuck off somewhere." And Bond's like, "Okay, well, I got a dude I'm gonna call Draco," and he calls Draco to help attack Blofeld's. We finally get the Bond theme and everything. It's a good little fight scene. So Teresa's kind of she's kind of in to win it. She's kind of set at Blofeld's lair.
Mm-hmm.
So he plants the bomb in this place.
But she thinks that she's more important than she is.
Right. And
her dad will take care
Draco gets Teresa out of there while Bond's still there. Dude, this is something. It's basically...
She's in the way.
James is still there. We got to get him because there's no time. It's like, I'm not leaving without James.
Yeah, and she's trying to do like a typical girl would do. Stand by your man, Tammy Wynette, right? But an actual man was running the show.
In Tracy's defense, it was such a quick turn.
In Draco's defense, you had to make a decision. There was not much time.
Yeah,
she would have been a nuisance. It would have been another person that he had to go and save. You know, we like to paint Draco as this monster, right? We like to paint him as this monster.
But the actual dialogue, she runs up, she goes, let's go. We have to find James. Because there's no time. And she goes, I'm not leaving without him. You have to. Closed fist punches his daughter in the mouth and knocks her unconscious.
Right there, right in front of him.
And it is wonderful. And I watch all these movies with the subtitles on. And when Draco tells his henchman, spare the rod, spoil the child.
After he does that? Oh my God. Oh my. I'm so excited about it. I had no idea that's what he said. That's so funny.
With that line, did he just trump Karen Bay?
That's it. Oh yeah. Dick's out for Draco, dude. I mean, that's... Dude, I had no idea. And that's a fun... I get that. That saying is fantastic. And nobody gets it.
After
I knocked out my child.
Uh-huh. And his henchman's like, yeah, whatever you say. Yeah, I guess, dude.
I'm going to throw this sack of meat into the chopper.
The henchman's like, I mean, you're my boss, so I have to agree with you. But man, that was pretty harsh. Yikes. Did you have to knock your daughter unconscious?
And then talk shit to her after?
Spare the rod, spoil the child. He had just no remorse. So they blow up the lair, but Blofeld escapes on the bobsled. And Bond fucks his neck up. They got the Jamaican bobsled team.
So people say, they can't believe.
Yeah, well, Blofeld wasn't feeling the rhythm. He wasn't feeling the rhyme. We got one Irma Bunt, one Blofeld. The fastest of the fastest.
Some Jamaican swing dance. Oh, God.
Why do they even have a bobsled course?
Huh?
In his lair. It's just there.
Well, in case any Jamaicans come.
So Blofeld's neck gets fucked up, and Bond escapes, and all's well. And he gets back to London and buys a ring, and oh my, OMG, we got a wedding.
He might have done that because he loved Draco so much.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be so much Draco's son-in-law.
Well, he probably heard the line of spare the rod,
spoil the child.
So, Money, Pity, and Q and M are all in the wedding.
And you were just waiting to drop this on me at the podcast?
What? The spare the rod?
Spare the rod, spoil the child? I mean, you were just waiting to drop that little nugget on me.
Well, I had to get a fresh response. I didn't want to be...
Fresh response you got? Oof. Jesus.
So, Draco gives Tracy... This is the first time he's seen her since he knocked her in her fucking coma. And he says, now, remember this. Obey your husband in all things.
Heard that.
In all things.
Well, if you want to ever be happy,
right?
You two women listeners we got out there, if you ever want to be happy, listen to Draco.
Right. Maybe you shouldn't obey her husband to go take a drive after this. So, after the wedding, they take off. I mean, Bond, it's his own wedding. He got unbelievably shit-hammered. How's he driving that Aston Martin?
I mean, when your drink of choice is martinis...
Yeah.
How many martinis do you think you have at your own wedding? 78?
I can't wait to die on my wedding night.
Mm-hmm.
Alcohol poisoning. You think that's ever happened?
I think that'd be hilarious. No, I've never... But, dude, it seems like that would be an Onion article.
Die on a wedding night.
Of alcohol poisoning. Yeah. I mean, that would just be... The groom fatally dies because of alcohol poisoning. That would... Oh, man.
He lived well.
Uh-huh.
So they have all these flowers and all this shit all over their car. So they say, we look like morons. Let's pull over and get all this shit off the car. Not the best decision. So the car comes with Blofeld driving and Irma Bunt with a gun. Irma Bunt shoots at the car and puts a fucking bullet through Tracy's eyeballs, and she's dead.
I thought it was through her mouth. The only time she shut the fuck up.
Right? So Bond is single again and all is well.
Oh, yeah. He looks at her one and is like, well, that's got to work on my abs now.
Uh-huh. Everyone thinks, everyone's mad at Blofeld, like Blofeld killed Tracy. No, it was Irma Bunt that killed, he was just driving the fucking car. And obviously missed because she's a woman and killed Tracy instead.
Typical feminist conundrum.
Right. And we get the end credits. She's gone. It's a very touching scene. The music's all touching, and then all of a sudden, out of just nowhere, so out of place, she goes, da-da-da!
Are you shitting me?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it would end with just a soft playing.
It's
we have all the time in the world.
All the time in the world. It's very touching, and they're closing in on Tracy's head with the bullet
the big
thing.
Old, fucking bullet.
Yeah. And then just... Don't
worry.
It's like...
Don't worry.
It's just like James Bond will return.
Yeah,
like,
don't
what
worry.
the fuck, man? It's a little bit out of place. But that's all right now. So there's all the Majesty Secret Service. There you go. There you have it. Mixed reviews, very mixed reviews at the time.
Man, I liked it.
People weren't big fan. It did well at the box office, not nearly as much as their cash cow, Sean Connery.
Of course not.
And not as well as Diamonds would do, or
But
not as well as Live Twice.
They didn't have to pay Dummy like they had to pay with Sean.
Paying Sean much, man.
By the end, they were paying him.
Yeah, but, compared to what they were paying Lazenby, Sean didn't, well, that's a whole other topic, but didn't do as well as the movie before or the movie after. So Lazenby decides, he signed a contract for 7 movies. He decides to fucking quit.
When he got this, he signed for 7 movies?
7.
What in your life would make you think the grass is greener than 7 movies with James Bond?
Yeah. His agent basically said, the secret agent thing, we're getting into the 70s. And the secret agent genre, the spy genre, is kind of coming to an end. You're a moron, so let's go get better roles.
Did he think the Cold War... Do you know when the Cold War ended? 1991. He had 21 years.
It's just nuts, though, man.
The Cold War's coming in.
Quit the role.
That's how stupid his fucking agent was.
Yeah.
I don't think his agent read a newspaper that year.
Fire that motherfucker. But I liked it. I think he got hooked up with some real estate investing after this and made a shit ton of money. That makes me happy.
It does.
Because for some reason, I kind of feel bad for Lazenby. Like I have a weird. I feel sorry for the guy. Like he missed out on all this stuff. Like he blew it. But at least he's not poor. That's something, I guess. But he's always like the bastard child that they never talk about with Bond.
But it's still so. At least they include him in the canon. Not like Never Say Never Again.
And dude, like the producers basically, like after this movie, kind of ignored it. Like in Diamonds Are Forever, they don't even acknowledge the whole fact that his wife just got murdered.
Well, it's because he left. He left him high and dry.
Yeah.
You can't say it's producers' fault. Producers gave him a 7-year deal, dude.
Yeah. And like he grew this big beard, grew his hair out, and they were like, "Hey,
He was doing that to be a prick."
Yeah, like, "Hey, can you clean it up for like the premiere? Because like we need to look good, man. We need to like sell this movie." And he's like, "Fuck y'all," and then he finally quit. And they were like, "Dude, fuck you, man."
Because they didn't ask him to do that much, and he was the new guy on the block that didn't have it. It's not like they got Brando to replace Sean Connery.
Yeah, some asshole
off the street. He should be kissing their hairy bags. He should still be dressing like that.
And he was like, I make more money doing commercials and modeling, so I'll just do that. I'm like, dude, good Lord, man.
Better look out for the big picture, dumbass.
Right. However, time has been very kind to this movie. And over the years, the last 10, 15 years, people have kind of revisited it and were like, and a lot of people consider this arguably the best Bond movie ever. With Goldfinger, Casino Royale, this one, Russia with Love.
Like him getting married. That's that bullshit about Bond should be married.
It's a great one though, man. It's
a good movie.
Dude, before Skyfall, I tried to watch it and I couldn't get through 20 minutes. That's how much I hated Lazenby. I was like, I can't watch it. But when we watched it before Spectre, I was like, this is solid.
I think Connery would have looked great in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of, On Her Majesty's Secret Service starring Sean Connery.
Don't you think? I mean, I'm telling you, it's a perfect Connery movie. And Connery going aces against Telly Savalas, I think it would have been...
Hey, Connery could have shown off his acting chops. A little bit.
Yeah. It wasn't silly. It was...
Because we never got to see it much with Bond. We realized later that Sean Connery was an unbelievable actor. But we never got to really see it with Bond. This would have been a good movie for him to see it.
That would have been sixth. And that would have been his perfect finale as Bond. Don't you think that would have been a nice send-off?
Perfect.
He gets married, his wife dies, and then you kind of reboot with Roger Moore.
Right. How perfect would that have been?
I just think it would have been a perfect movie. And then he never does Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah. Maybe
that never gets made. Or maybe you make it with Roger Moore.
It is a tailor-made Roger Moore movie.
I mean, that would have just been... Forever. I just think he would have been... Like, this seemed like a nice...
Okay, on the other hand, Diamonds Are Forever starring George Lazenby. Octopussy starring George Lazenby. Spy Who Loved Me starring, 7 movies. You think Lazenby would have gotten better? Worse?
I think he'd have gotten better. I think he'd have been more mellow. He was not as harsh as...
There's only up to go, man.
He was not as harsh as Sean Connery, though. He took himself less serious, but he wasn't as funny as Roger Moore.
Well, the guy, he's not an actor. For me, anyway. Everything was just wooden. He just doesn't... He reminds me of Anya from Spy Who Loved Me.
It's true. Yeah,
just the way he delivers lines, I'm like, ooh. He looks the part.
It would have been a nice finale for Sean Connery.
Yeah.
It
would have been interesting to see Lazenby, how he would have grown into the role. See how he would have done. Imagine Lazenby like in Man with the Golden Gun and not Roger Moore. That's crazy to think about.
I don't like to imagine
the biggest tragedy of this hypothetical situation is that we would have never gotten a Roger Moore. And that's the ultimate tragedy. And I'm sure all you fucking Roger Moore haters out there.
Why are you there? Why are y'all there?
Yeah.
Why are y'all there?
Get it out of your system, Roger Moore haters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically,
he wasn't Jason Bourne, so we don't like him.
Well, like Roger Moore's interpretation of Bond was a slap in the face to Fleming's original vision of Bond. Shut up, stupid!
What do y'all know about Fleming? Y'all never fucked a girl in your lives. Fuck a girl and then tell me you don't like Roger Moore. I'm sorry, that might have been Peter Frank telling you that one instead of Petunia.
This movie has and not just because it's Lazenby or The Marriage, it's a different feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain. GoldenEye has that for me. It looks different. It's a different feel to it. Do you get that at all, or am I just going crazy? Maybe I'm a little fucking crazy.
I didn't think it had a different look. I do agree with you that GoldenEye had a different look, and
it looks. I think this one for some reason it looks different. It's like shot a different way or something.
I thought it looked okay. I thought the feel was definitely very, very different.
Yeah, which I like. I like a one-off kind of different Bond type movie. All right, anyway. So Lazenby, we've already gotten into him. I don't like him as Bond.
We've already laid into him.
I think he's you don't hate him as much as I do.
I thought he was okay.
I think he was machine an actor. Mm-hmm. He's just not. He just seemed awkward.
You say that, but Dummy was classically trained, and I couldn't stand him.
Yeah,
he could do Shakespeare. This poor prick couldn't read Shakespeare if it was read.
At least Dalton was an actor.
Yeah.
Lazenby was. Yeah, shit. I don't know who looks. I mean, Lazenby looks the part more. I guess
I couldn't stand Lazenby. This guy, I was okay with.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point I was trying to make. Dalton heads into the best actor of all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're breaking new ground here.
And I can't stand him in his role as Bond.
Okay. Well, I've never heard you actually admit that.
I think he could.
Is it that screwdriver that's being kind to Dalton?
Oh, really? Because I was sober as a bird for all the other ones. No, I think Dalton could do any Al Pacino role or any Robert De Niro role. I think he's a good actor like that.
Yeah.
Get you to go into it. I think he was horrible for every James. He was not a James Bond role.
Just like Al Pacino would be bad as Bond.
Al Pacino would be bad as Bond too.
Yeah. We love him.
There you go. You see, you.
We get it.
I feel like I'm Enzo's father-in-law,
right.
And you're Don Corleone. You understand everything.
The girls, Teresa.
Teresa, I like the way she was put together. I hated her mouth, but I wanted.
Oh, you think she's attractive?
I wanted to stick in her.
Oh, really?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No go?
So. She's all right. Tale of Two Tracys, man.
60s.
First half of the movie, a fucking cunt. But whenever he runs into her on the ice skating thing, she's so sweet and nice, and they get married, and she's cool. It's weird.
When she faux banged him the first time, that coon on him, when she's laying on that balcony, she's looking good, dude.
Yeah.
She's looking good in that casino.
I'm glad they actually got an actress, not a model. Like most Bond girls are models usually, and they kind of learn to act.
Stuff after this.
Yeah, and she was in the Avengers and all that. I think.
She was in the Avengers. She was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so they got a good actor to kind of make up for Lazenby's inexperience to kind of make it look a little normal.
Apparently, for you, it made him look worse.
The Allies, Draco.
Hey, come on.
I mean,
come on, dude.
But I think we've pretty much gone over him. The henchman. I have Rosa Klebb here, but that's not the actual name. Irma Bunt. And we've already gone over that one too. You're so on every month. Not even a fan. Not even so.
I do like your comparison of your analogy, metaphor, whatever the fuck it is. You roast on her face.
I think it was onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
The score, I actually really like. But you're not a big fan.
I didn't like just because it wasn't the first song, but to mention it is good that they played it. I liked the song, but I didn't like that You Have All the Time in the World wasn't the opening act because they play it all the way through. Like anytime you show Bond on a boat, it's just you just have
Did they ever play the opening song again?
No.
The Ski Chase, I think they played once, right?
Maybe so.
I think no.
Are you sure it wasn't just the regular dum 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 dum?
No, it was the. I think it's the only time they play it.
Which I like.
The villain Blofeld. Let's talk about Telly Savalas, man. Dude, he's slowly climbing up my list.
He's a great Blofeld. He was high on mine.
Was he really? Top 10?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Wow, that's strong words from a hard words from a hard man.
Well, that's the thing. For the most famous Bond villain, Blofeld has some shitty. He doesn't impress anytime he's on screen.
Is it bad that I say Blofeld's probably the most overrated?
I'm just saying he's never good on screen. He's never like this is his best performance on screen. He's just never.
I think actually You Only Live Twice Blofeld is genuinely kind of scary and creepy. I like him.
Yeah, well, you get that because we're bigger fans of Austin Powers than we were of anything else.
Yeah, but I still think he's right though.
Dr. Evil-esque.
I think he was best in For Much With Love and Thunderball when you never saw him and you were terrified of him.
That's cool, though. Yeah, it's.
But I think Telly's good. I don't like Charles Gray. I don't like Christoph Waltz.
No, I don't like Charles Gray. I certainly don't like Christoph. I like Christoph Waltz. I don't like Christoph Waltz
as Blofeld. Yeah.
What I think Christoph Waltz should have been the Nazi Jew chaser. I think that a laughing, menacing. I think that would have been a perfect Blofeld.
Yeah. I think Telly.
And I think Telly did it. Perfect.
Telly's got it, man.
When he smoked the cigarette like this.
All weird, yeah.
Come on, dude. That's some goofy shit.
He's pretty good. I'm liking him more and more. Every time I watch the movie, I'm like, Telly Savalas not bad, man.
Or if he'd have played it exactly like Maggot, wouldn't that have been a nice simple?
That's why I wouldn't have a drink with him.
Just like laughing.
That's why I wouldn't have a drink with him. I'm like, he's going to be turned into Maggot. He's going to go nuts.
Maggot and he's going to kill me.
Watch Dirty Dozen if you haven't.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen Dirty Dozen, then stop watching the Bond movies and start.
Last thing, The Lair. Solid Lair, man.
I love The Lair.
I mean, I love skiing. You're on top of a mountain. I mean, Jesus. With 12 hot bitches. I like how his agents have to be smoking hot girls. Like, he can't just have 12 people. It has to be all hot girls.
Well, who's gonna let biological warfare be delivered if you're not hot?
All right. Scale 1 to 10. Where do you get this?
I'd throw it as a solid 8.
I have an 8, too. Look at that. It's almost as if we see eye to eye on most things. I give it an 8. It cracked my top 10, actually. So good for that one. You want to get some of the fun facts?
Good for it. Let's get some of the fun facts.
Okay, for this movie we had, there's a burger joint in this town that has something called a secret sauce. And we say we had these burgers on Her Majesty's secret sauce. That's
You'd love it.
Lazenby was the youngest person to play Bond at age 29. Younger than us, man.
We're falling behind, dude.
Whew.
When you start auditioning.
I might not get this role. Maybe British and hotter. This was Louis Armstrong's last song he ever recorded before he died.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Or did you just fucking like the...
They're all true.
Oh, okay.
But this is actually true. His last song, right before he died.
On his wedding, sitting on the dock of the bay, man.
Right? There were so many girls in the ski resort, the production team ran out of mops and had to special order a new shipment. So that really inflated the budget.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only film of the series to show a male's testicles. So that's just a little Easter egg for the listener. See if you can spot it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you where it is. Just watch it again and see if you can spot it.
Was it the bloody chunks?
I was thinking it was when Lazenby was in a fucking skirt and they were doing it. But
I thought it might have been just the bloody chunks that got shot out. Maybe you saw a scrotum.
Maybe. You saw a testy in there?
Yeah. A little silly putty.
Right. So those are the fun facts. So there's On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It's a good one, man.
Love it, hate it, watch it. Watch it.
Ironically, the only thing I don't like about the movie is the guy playing Bond. Other than that, aces. It's a great movie.
There you go.
It's a good one, guys. So check it out. And I'm not sure what we'll do next. We're going to do a Roger Moore one next.
Probably will.
And look out, 'cause we love that Raj. All right. Until next time.